In addition to the state basic aid, states also grant categorical funds which are simply to provide extra money to fund specific student groups or special programs, such as special education, pupil transportation, limited English proficiency, bilingual education, or economic disadvantagement. Categorical funding usually does not equalize district fiscal capacity. 49 of the 50 states in the District of Columbia allot additional categorical aid to support specific purposes. To look at a state's categorical funding, go to this website and click on Transportation, Special Education, English Language Learner, Gifted and Talented Education, or Compensatory Education, Low Income. The majority of jurisdictions' education funds flow through the basic aid formula. Categorical aid allotments add to the funds for a district. States and the District of Columbia, by approval from the legislature, occasionally offer additional monies to public school districts through entitlement and/or discretionary grants. Entitlement or non-competitive grants allot funds to grantees with a formula prescribed by the legislature or regulation. Applicants do not compete for these funds via an application. They become automatically eligible for the dollars when meeting fixed factors, such as student enrollment or district wealth. Jurisdictions may also provide discretionary or competitive grants to school districts by application with a formal review and evaluation. The awards are available outside basic aid and often encourage innovative programs based on specific criteria. After-school programs, preschool services, school safety, parental involvement, reading literacy, science, technology, engineering, and math initiatives, community services, as well as bullying, dropout, and substance abuse prevention services are popular projects funded by entitlements or competitive measures. Entitlements and discretionary grants often incentivize districts towards specific action, although schools regularly spend above the grant monies on initiatives. To become aware of the jurisdiction's grant opportunities, visit the jurisdiction's Department of Education website, which typically maintains a list of available grants with submission guidelines. Numerous legal actions over the years prevented jurisdictions from funding non-public schools, although states and the District of Columbia do permit public dollars for non-public school districts in some instances. 22 states entitle non-public school students public transportation privileges similar to those provided public school students. 11 states and the District of Columbia grant wide discretion for public schools to arrange non-public transportation for non-public school students. 14 states do not hold a state policy about transporting non-public school students via public means. 2 states expressly prohibit public school funds for non-public student transportation. Secular textbooks have been another hotly contested issue. 19 states and the District of Columbia do not hold policies that regulate the use of public funds for non-public school textbooks or materials. 12 states have permissive laws to allow borrowing textbooks at no cost, purchasing textbooks, or using available surplus books from public schools. 7 states require local school boards to loan textbooks and instructional materials to non-public school students upon request. 5 states deem the use of public school funds for secular textbooks unconstitutional by state law or court decision. A number of states provide auxiliary funding for various services, such as student health care and testing. The U.S. Supreme Court upheld public monies for parochial schools and non-public school children through voucher programs referred to as scholarships. The 15 states in black and the District of Columbia grant vouchers to non-public schools, students with special needs, or eligible families by income. Differing types of tax credit options in 18 states allow individuals or corporations to donate a portion of their state income tax to non-public schools for elementary and secondary student scholarships. These scholarships usually pay tuition, fees, and other related services. State funding for public charter schools varies significantly among the 44 states and the District of Columbia that permit such schools. Although each school district with a charter school law does provide basic grants and aid for public charter schools. Categorical aid is also granted in many states. To view categorical aid regulations for charter school jurisdictions, go to the Education Commission of States website. This concludes the presentation on state funding. If you have a question, feel free to email me.